Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of the Irish Art Show, broadcast from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin. Tonight we are delighted to welcome the Dublin City Rounders, Rohan and Al Healy. They both grew up in a musical family, learning the trade, playing cowpunk, country music and rock and roll in honky-tonks, from the Australian outback to the German heartland. They have performed over 1,000 live shows across Ireland and the UK, including playing for Irish President Michael D. Higgins and his wife, and have headlined top venues like Whelan's and the Sugar Club. Please welcome the Dublin City Rounders.
But just like a preacher on the old CC, I stopped by many a doe, laid down under the apple tree, and I slept on many a float. When the sun come up, I won't be found taking up your time. I'll be looking ahead on that open road, and I don't care what's behind. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it where I can. I don't know what a woman wants till a woman wants a man. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it all the time. You don't have to spell it out. Oh baby, I get it. Settle down and make some steady pay. Go to bed in the early night and labor all the day. I won't slave for man or woman, living on my knees. I gets my money however I want, and I'll spend it how I please. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it where I can. I don't know what a woman wants till a woman wants a man. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it all the time. You don't have to spell it out. Oh, baby, I get it. No more. I can't always get a welcome when I come around your back door. I'm well aware of my shortcomings, that you equate to crimes. But what you don't know is I've heard those words of scorn 1,000 times. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it where I can. I don't know what a woman wants until a woman wants a man. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it all the time. You don't have to spell it out. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it where I can. I don't know what a woman wants until a woman wants a man. Oh baby, I get it, I get it, I get it all the time. You don't have to spell it out. You don't have to scream and shout. I get it. All right, we are the Dublin City Rounders. That's a little song of ours called Baby I Get It, where I can. We're going to do an old tune now. This is a song from the 1930s about the Spanish-American War. Charlie Poole used to sing this song. Great old banjo player. It's called If I Lose, Let Me Lose. Well, I can't walk, neither can I talk. Just getting back from that state of old New York one morning. Beautiful day. Flossie, oh Flossie, now what is the matter? Walked all the way from old Cincinnati one morning. A beautiful day. Well, if I lose, let me lose. I don't care how much I lose. I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime. My baby, she keeps money all the time. running. I was running too to get my feet some exercise. Had nothing else to do one morning before day. And if I lose, let me lose. I don't care how much I lose. I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime. My baby, she keeps money all the time. Peas was so easy, that meat was so fat. Them boys were fighting Spaniards while I was fighting that one morning before day. And if I lose, let me lose. I don't care how much I lose. If I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime, my baby, she keeps money all the time. Well, see them girls sitting at the tanks, waiting to catch that freight train. They called on Nancy Hanks one morning before day. And if I lose, let me lose. I don't care how much I lose. If I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime, my baby, she keeps money all the time. And if I lose, let me lose. I don't care how much I lose. If I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime, my baby, she keeps money all the time. Huh. If I lose, let me lose. You ready, Al? Yep.
She was a raven-haired, gray-eyed beauty, walking barefoot on the stair. And like a dream, it seemed to me she was the only one there. I motioned to the stranger beside me. Now that's a woman I'd like to meet. He said she's sweet, but it's your own desire that'll land you at her feet. Cause if you're looking for human kindness, well boy, you better run. And if you want her to feel sorry for all the things she's done, well you can wait for the heavens to fall, or ice to cover the sun. But if you wanna go places that you've never gone before, she's the only one, the only one. If you need to feel security, then boy, you better stay clear. Fire renew a surety just brings a deeper fear. But if you're looking for satisfaction, that is second to none. Well, if it's dirty, dangerous, and gotta be done, well, she's the only one, the only one. Climb or crawl, but you won't even get near. You can say goodbye to all things good, wholesome, and dear. She'll only smile as if she's listening to the merits you have won. But if you wanna get to heaven by passing through hell, she's the only one. And if you want to ride high always a desire, she's the only one. For mayhem and pleasure, unbound and free, she's the only one. Listen carefully, son. Well, you can hope and pray and dream it, but you won't be the only one, 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 yeah.
She's the only one. That's one of our tunes, sung by Al there. And then we're going to do another one of our songs. It's called Devil's Jacket. Are you ready, Al?
Oh, yeah.
I was walking home one day. What did I see but a brand new jacket? Hanging from a tree, so I plucked it down. I pulled it home. Birdies in the tree started singing this song. They said, that's the devil's jacket. That's the devil's jacket. Careful what you wish for when you wear that coat. Cause in return he's gonna steal your soul. Now when the gals look at me, they fall at my feet. And when I'm walking by the stall, they give me something to eat. They say the best things in life always for free. Well, everything's the best when it's for me, because that's the devil's jacket. Yeah, that's the devil's jacket. Careful what you wish for when you wear that coat. Cause in return he's gonna steal your soul. Well, I thought I'd scored, thought I had it all. Never have I felt so poor. Now I can't feel no pleasure, I can't feel no pain. I hear the devil laugh as he calling my name. He says, that's the devil's jacket. And that's the devil's jacket. Careful what you wish for when you wear that coat. Cause in return he's gonna steal. So So if you're walking one day, what do you see but a brand new jacket hanging from a tree? Take a tip from me, walk on by. That's the devil's jacket and it ain't no lie. That's the devil's jacket. Yeah, that's the devil's jacket. Give what you wish for when you wear that coat. Cause in return he's gonna steal. So I say, that's the devil's jacket, yeah. That's the devil's jacket. Give what you wish for when you wear that coat. Cause in return he's gonna steal. So he's gonna steal your soul. He's gonna steal your soul. Woo. That was the devil's jacket. Next up, we're going to do an old-timey tune. This is a song from 1901. It's a song about stealing chickens, and it was sung by Silas Leachman. It's a beautiful old tune. It goes like this. You ready, Al? Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4. old man Johnson was on his beat, my baby. So I went down into the big crap game where dudes was gambling with might in the main. Thought it'd be a sport and I'd be that game. Well, I gambled all my money, but I wasn't to blame. One man point was little and true. He been 42 to 6 and Daddy would make 4. He made that point, he made no more. Just then, Mr. Johnson jumped through the door. Oh, Mr. Johnson turned me loose. Got no money, but I got a good excuse. So, Mr. Johnson, I'll be good. Mr. Johnson turned me loose. Don't send me to Catacaboose. So, Mr. Johnson, well, I'll be good. Yeah. The sun went down, my baby. I went down Mr. Johnson Chicken Farm, my baby. Climbed on the chicken loft on my knees. I was halfway through when the chicken sneezed, my baby. Well, I tell you, if you only keep still about a mile and a half from Louisville, I get so nervous, I can't keep still when I think about it. Oh, I get a big chill. Ego dude was looking for a chicken and a great bulldog. Got to raise in the dick, and when that dude got higher, the chicken got nigher. Just then, Mr. Johnson, well, he opened up fire. I ain't got no chance for to be turned loose. Got no chance for a good excuse. So, Mr. Johnson, I'll be good. Now he's playing 7-Eleven way up yonder in the gambler's heaven. Oh, Mr. Johnson, well, I'll be good. Why, Mr. Johnson, turn me loose. Got no money, but I got a good excuse. So, Mr. Johnson, I'll be good. Mr. Johnson, turn me loose. Don't send me to the Catacaboose. So, Mr. Johnson, well, I'll be good. Hey! Turn Me Loose, lovely old ragtime tune from New York City back in 1901.
Don't steal chickens, kids.
Don't steal chickens, it's a crime.
It's legally and morally objectionable.
There's nothing right about that. Chicken theft, we do not condone it here in the Dublin City Rounders or on the wonderful Irish Arts show here today. So yeah, we're going to do one more song, and I'd just like to thank everybody here at the centre, at the Scientology Centre here, and of course Angel and everyone, just for being such warm and welcoming people, and welcome us into their venue for this beautiful occasion to play some tunes. Big shout out to them, absolutely brilliant. We're going to finish with a song of ours. It's called Decent Folk, and it goes like this. You ready, Al? Well, I don't mind a little boogie, honky-tonk or blues, yeah. Just a good old hillbilly cowboy, I ain't got nothing to lose. Mercantile International too, yeah. The favors up on Parnell Street to Macaulay's in the coon. I carry my guitar around the town wearing down my shoes. Digging is hard and it ain't no joke. I like decent folk. I met all kinds of people. Most of them is cool, yeah. And they be swinging on that dance floor, drink a whiskey on a big high stool. I may be a clown, I may be a fool, but I'll keep rocking till the day I croak. I like decent folk. Hillbilly cowboy, I ain't got nothing to lose. I carry my guitar around the town wearing down my shoes. Well, I've been up, down, rich and broke. I like decent folk. Gigging is hard and it ain't no joke. I like decent folk. Well, now I keep a rockin' till the day I croak. I like thank you very much, and thank you so much for everyone for inviting us on the show today. I love you.
Wonderful music from Al and Rohan. I thoroughly enjoyed that set. I mean, I haven't even heard some of the songs. We're going back to 1901. It's just incredible. How about that? And I'm looking forward to hearing what cowpunk is. Cowpunk, wow. And also Decent Folk. I loved that song, and I'm looking forward to interviewing you guys.
Well, we are looking forward to being interviewed by you, Angel. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome to the Irish Art Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Very, very welcome. I was going to start off with something else, but I think we might start with cowpunk.
Cowpunk. Yeah, I mean, it's something that again, it's like you've kind of alluded to there. It's not. I think on this side of the pond, it's not something that's particularly well known. But I think in Australia, the United States, and also some parts of Europe,
anywhere there's cowboys and punks.
Cowboys and punks.
Cowboys and punks.
You
there you
know,
go.
basically what you want there is an amalgamation of a distillation of rockabilly, country music, and a little bit of punk in there. You know, country music, but faster, louder, and a little bit more aggressive, maybe.
And I love actually the way the Dublin City Rounders exist to celebrate the beautiful and romantic music of early American ragtime, swing and blues, and take it into the next level. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I think this is the thing. I mean, a lot of people are very familiar with the country music and blues that really picked up around the 1940s and kind of, had this great legacy from then on, Hank Williams, and then on to Johnny Cash and, rock and roll and all that, this dawn of kind of popular recorded music. But there's this incredible history there from kind of the late 1800s till the late 1920s of ragtime, and I think part of the reason it's so hidden is the means of listening to it is so limited because it was all on wax roll, which deteriorates. Records weren't out, and it was very difficult for people to get access.
No, well, the main way that people enjoyed this music is to actually buy sheet music and play it at home on piano. So the recordings weren't even much of an industry back then. Yeah. Nearly every household in America had a piano and someone who knew how to play it, and they'd basically just buy the sheet music and consume music by sitting around with their family and performing it.
Yeah, and as that tradition died out, it was replaced by the recorded
industry. Recordings got better.
Yeah.
Because those early recordings, they didn't sound good.
They're very hissy. They're hard for people to listen to. And so what we tried to do is we went back to the Library of Congress websites and places like that. Our father, David, is a great archivalist. He found a lot of these songs, and we worked on them together and putting them into the set. And like we said, bringing them into, a modern age and writing our own songs in a similar style.
Probably even hard to hear the lyrics.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the advantage we have there is sometimes, now again, you have to research a lot. You have to find the sheet music for those corresponding songs. And sometimes they will have the lyrics in them. So you can kind of do a little bit by ear and then a little bit looking up old archives and just hoping for the best. But I mean, Mr. Johnson Turned Me Loose, there's at least one lyric we have no idea what we're saying. We just had to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, we
it's
just have to kind of fill it in.
But isn't it amazing how many songs would have been lost over all thousands of years?
Crazy, yeah.
Hundreds.
It's incredible.
No, it's really sad.
And you play original, obviously, and traditional songs. Your last one was original as well, inspired by the vaudeville and Tin Pan Alley sounds of 1860 till 1940. I mean, these are just unbelievable names that I haven't heard before.
Well, this is the again, it comes from that tradition. So you've got, and this is all very United States. In England, they had Music Hall, which was a kind of a competing, a British version of this kind of thing, and they both came out of the stage originally, right? So vaudeville would have been touring, circus almost type acts where there'd be some comedy, there'd be some music. There'd be some storytelling and all that kind of stuff, and this is where the popular songs were performed. And then, of course, this is all before the dawn of recorded music, so this is how it was consumed. And then vaudeville turned into ragtime, really with the dawn of recorded music. Yeah.
And how did you get into music? How did you get into this particular genre of music?
Well, I suppose
somebody had to inspire you. You didn't just wake up one day and say, "You know, I'm going to sing a song from 1900."
No. I don't think that's happened to anyone, to be honest.
No.
So who inspired?
What really happened was our dad wanted to make an album with us as the band.
So he's musical as well.
Yeah, our dad, David Virgin. He's had 5 number ones in the Australian charts, and he's played with Nick Cave and INXS and blah blah. He's
we'll have to have him on next.
I know. Get him down. He'd actually be brilliant. He'd love that.
That sounds interesting.
He's some character. He's got a Wikipedia. I think there's a book in the works and all that kind of stuff with him.
Okay, we will do that then. So.
Yeah. But continue.
So basically, he wanted to make a kind of country rock and roll kind of record with us, and we weren't good enough. So we essentially spent, because we
Brilliant.
just never really.
Thanks, Dad.
We'd never gone that deep into that kind of music. So Dad and us essentially just kept looking back further and further. We listened to the blues from the 30s, and then we went, well, what are those guys listening to? And then we went further and further back until eventually we found this music where essentially every type of music for the next 100 years came out of this.
Yeah.
Before they had rock and roll and blues and country and all the jazz
as separate genres.
Separated into genres, they had ragtime and vaudeville music, which had all of that in there.
Yeah, so it's the genus.
And then they worked out they can make more money by splitting it up into genres and selling different records to different people.
markets.
Okay.
But before that, it was just music.
It's
And
just
you hear like 12-bar blues, you hear rock and roll, you hear like
jazz.
progressive jazz,
Yeah.
all in this music from the 1800s that no one really knows about.
Yeah.
So you think that musicians are still inspired by this music?
Absolutely.
And make it
definitely.
their own?
Oh, totally. There's a very
Yeah.
clear timeline, really, basically going from vaudeville, which is pre-recording, and then the first ragtime records, which then spawned those multiple genres into certain elements. Because a ragtime song can have dozens of elements in it. It can have country in it, blues, jazz, western swing, and so then they took those genres, and partly it was the industry, and then partly it was the musicians took those genres and ran with specific elements of it and made entire genres out of those parts. And then what we have then, obviously, 1940s, you get the real solidification of what the blues sounds like, what country music sounds like.
And also as the technology of recording evolved as well, then that brought a whole other element to music, and people could do things that they obviously couldn't do before. Entire, ways that people sing are based around the fact that microphones exist.
Yeah.
Because on stage, you
Bing
just have
Crosby.
to sing as loud as you can all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you never had people who, you never had crooners, you never had all this
the
different
close
kinds
mic
of,
technique.
Music that came out of the technology.
And you think about it, can you imagine these guys who are singing this music in 1901, if they could only see what we have nowadays?
I know, it's wild.
They would just
They'd
be blown
scream.
away.
They'd scream.
Yeah.
They'd rant on Instagram or something.
Rant on Instagram. Imagine them coming back. They wouldn't believe it. And I believe it's your 10th anniversary this year.
This is wild.
Yeah, how did that happen?
It's actually this month as well.
Yeah, November
And here you are on
2013.
TV, huh?
No, November 2013. Man, it's been an insane ride. We've like you said in the introduction there, like we did this full time for about 6 years. So we ended up doing over 200 gigs a year, all over the country, all over the UK, and we did The Voice UK. We did Buskaraboo on TG Carr and Aras and Uachtarain. We've been all over the place, and we've just met a lot of people and been very lucky to play music for a living. And this band has provided us with such an incredible experience, as well as providing us with the food in our belly. And for such a kind of a fairly kind of eccentric band. We've been able to get into a lot of places.
You're definitely eccentric, but in a good way.
Thank you, cheers.
I really like that. And Al, you leave Rohan behind, do you, for some of your work? You work with somebody else.
Yes.
You're known as Punk and Rockabilly. So I know you both play, but you seem to separate. Do you separate at all, or do you
Every
stay
now
together?
and then, we tend to be, either both of us or one of us end up in a lot of bands, just because we've met so many people and, through the studio work that we do. But yeah, the first kind of serious band that I started was called Quiffs and Coffins. It's still around. Haven't found the time to put anything out recently, which is hilarious because we own a recording studio.
Yes.
But so that was essentially psychobilly, punk, horror punk, just kind of essentially scary rockabilly music.
And do you miss
Rowan was
each
in
other?
that as well.
Sorry.
Actually, you were on.
Oh yeah,
you were on guitar.
See, it's like to continue on the point you raised there. A lot of the time, we're together. Even in projects that are kind of more leaned one way or the other, it's like if I need a drummer, there's no better drummer. If I need a bass player, there's no better bass player. If he needs a guitarist, he'll get me. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the time when we record other people, we've worked on their record. He's usually played the drums and or bass. I've played the guitar and or bass, and we've recorded these artists. When they go to do a live show, if we've got the time, we'll just get up and do it. So we probably would miss each other, but we've pretty much never had the
We don't
opportunity
really have an opportunity to. No.
Do you ever argue?
Only about really stupid stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like who's got the last baby bell or something.
Yeah.
Who raided the
get on.
fridge? That kind of thing.
It's
yeah.
very
Basically, yeah.
simple. It's usually over
Yeah.
food.
And I'd like to actually talk about, because you mentioned it there, bird fire music
Beard
recording.
fire.
Bird fire, yes, bird fire. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Imagine
that.
bird on fire.
And I do know it's
competitors.
bird fire, so how... I must have been a late night writing these questions. Yes, beard fire music,
Beard fire
recording
makes
on
no
rehearsal
sense.
studios and labels. So tell us a little bit about that, because we actually have had guests on the show that have worked with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of guests that have worked with you in your
Fantastic.
studio.
Oh, well,
so tell us about that. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got we've been recording music for a long time. Again, our dad David is a music producer, and he's someone who always fostered in us a love and a work ethic with regard to recording music as well as playing it. And so we've recorded music for a long time, but in the last year and a half, we had the opportunity to take a building there in Harold's Cross. So in June 2022, I think, we took over the building and we've been running it there, and we've had about, it's wild. I mean, we're
It's kind of
recording
insane, yeah.
about
We're
16 bands a month now.
Recording
at the
about
moment.
30 tracks a
a
month.
month. We're
About-
running.
It's funny. I think about 40% of music recorded in Ireland is happening at Beard Fire.
Yeah, it's
great.
really
It's-
weird. So, and it's a lot of what's getting played there on radio and stuff now is coming through the studio, which is awesome. And we just want to see it continue and grow and make more music. That's really
And
what it's
all
all
the
about.
acts that have been here have been like praising you so much.
Ah, well.
And
Oh yeah,
working
we pay
with
them
you.
a lot to say that.
Yeah.
That's why you can't
check's in the
actually.
mail.
That's why you can't actually record your own music.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're so
no, it's
busy.
true.
We can't-
It's true.
afford
Like,
to.
yeah.
You're so busy recording everybody else's music.
That's the problem. We were actually joking. Like, we should literally book ourselves in. Because,
We would have to. Yeah.
Like, we haven't recorded the Rounders. We haven't recorded Quiffs and Coffins. We've got another band, Frogmore and Cellar.
Yeah.
And all these bands need records, but we're just too busy recording everyone else. So we'll get there eventually.
It's a good complaint to have, but
It's funny because I can completely understand that, because I have a small recording studio at home and I have a song that's sitting there for about 3 months
I
that I have to finish. And I'm kind of thinking, Angel, can you not just go in and it's just everything else gets in the way.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
is
and
tough,
isn't that
but
just crazy?
for us, we definitely consider the production work that we do on other people's records as our work as well.
Of course
so
it's
we
your
put
work.
everything into
Of
it.
course it is, yeah.
It's very
Absolutely.
satisfying.
Play on a lot of the
Yeah.
tracks as well, but even when we don't, it's so rewarding and
Yeah.
satisfying to get these bands in and make them sound awesome. And
Brilliant.
a lot of the time you don't have to do much because there's some really good players in Ireland, and we just have to not get in
mess
the way
it
of
up.
that,
Yeah.
Or nice, as you say. I like that word.
Yeah.
And also, tell us about Voice UK.
Oh yeah, that was funny. So we finished on a TV show, Buskaraboo on TGKR. We won 2 episodes of that, and then came second in the final of that. And as soon as that finished airing, we got a call from the BBC asking us if we'd do The Voice UK.
We were like, have you seen our band?
Yeah.
You sure
Have you got the right number? Yeah. So like, what the heck? Because our band, like, it's fun, and for what it is, like, I think hopefully after doing it for 10 years, we're not bad at doing that very specific thing in that act. But it's like you said, I would fully agree. It's an interesting act, but I guess maybe they wanted a kind of an interesting visual act, So we went on, we were scouted for it, so we kind of just waltzed straight onto the show, and it was great. We got to meet Boy George and Will.i.am and all that, and unfortunately we didn't get a turn. No. I still cry every day about that.
You wake up screaming in the middle of the night.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmares.
And but it was amazing, man. We got on TV in front of 7 million people.
Yeah,
it was they all turned around at the end, and we had a chat, and there's photos of Will.i.am standing up on the double bass. And they said
all the producers on the show were just
cool
terrified
enough.
that he was going to fall
cool
all over
enough.
and die.
Good enough.
But it was great, very cool.
Well, before we end the interview, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Cheers, thank you.
But I'd like to end with this last question, because I know you've written a book. So just tip on that one, because that's very interesting.
This
I
is
have
so
to say.
funny, because this is something we often forget about, and it's something that you really just came up in the last few seconds before we went on air. Myself and Al, we write as well. Again, it's the kind of thing that's very hard to find the time for now.
We haven't written for
years.
I was 17 when we wrote.
And you're 28
and
now.
I'm 28
Put it
now,
that way.
Wow.
We are still writing the very slightly science fiction books.
I mean, George R.R. Martin takes an eternity to write a book. And
he's got nothing to do. Except be him. Anyway, so Gyaros is what it's called. Gyros, I think. Like you said, absolutely ridiculous name.
It's well done on the name.
Yeah, it's a Greek island where they used to exile, people, heretics to, basically.
But also, if you look up The Mice Eat Iron, that's the name of the first book.
The Mice,
So you might find
Gyaros,
that.
The Mice Eat Iron. If you like your sci-fi, go read it.
There you go. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. It's
Thank you
been
for
an
having us.
absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much
As
for having us.
always,
Absolute
good fun
pleasure.
before the interview and during the interview. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show here this evening. We certainly did. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to the lads, the guys. They're the coolest guys ever. So on behalf of myself, Angel, and the crew here, we'll see you all again next week. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you.